What's up mga parts? Ayan, panibagong kwento na naman ang ating mapapakinggan ngayong araw na ito. Ikaw ba ay mahilig sa numero? Ay, ikaw ba ay may pinagdadaanan lalo na sa inyong kadibdiban? Ay, kadibdiban.
Baliw ka. Go lang.
Sorry. Ano ba dapat ang term doon? Anyway, mga parts, malalaman niyo yan kung bakit kadibdiban ang aking nasabi. Kaya naman, keep the like, comment, and share coming at Taraki TV. And of course, thank you so much to all our sponsors, most especially to to EM Avila Law Office, located at Bucanag Street, Baguio City. And of course, to St. Joseph Driving School, located at 2nd floor, Portabaga Mall. Ayan.
Talaga ba? Ay,
Yes.
nagulat naman ako doon.
And meron pa,
Maraming salamat naman.
Richard Kilaan Law Office.
Ay,
Ayan. Located at
naman.
Wangal Motor Pool. Yarn.
Ah,
Salamat
very
naman sa aming
nice.
sponsors.
Oh.
Okay, ano yung mga parts? Ito muli ang parts, Tigo.
At ako naman ang inyong parts kit para sa Taraki Talks. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So napakagandang araw ngayon kasi nga according to my parts, ang ating makakapanayam ay related lahat sa numero.
Oo,
Tama po
naman.
ba?
Yung mga Waterloo ng lahat.
Oh,
Sorry.
ano kaya
Hindi naman lahat.
ang lucky number ko?
Ay,
Oh,
ano
ganun?
lucky number mo?
Sibin.
Sibin.
Anyway, mga parts namin, nais ko muna ipakilala, as usual, ang ating guest ngayong araw na ito. So, she is actually from Bugyas, Benguet.
Oh.
Nanggaling na tayo doon. Napasyalan na natin ang lugar ni Mana.
Ay, oo naman.
Tapos,
Nakita namin yung bahay niya.
actually,
Oo, kumain kami sa bahay niya. Invader.
ayun, nagtapos po siya ng Bachelor of Science in Accountancy doon sa St. Louis University.
Oh, nice.
And then after that, nagtrabaho agad siya.
Mhm.
Ayan, doon sa isang international aid development. Pwede siguro sabihin ganun, international aid development, doon sa Manila. So, naka-Manila-based si Manang natin. Alright? She's actually married. She's married just recently lang.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Sinabi pa.
Kamusta naman? Charot.
Mamaya pag-uusapan natin yung special condition ni ate natin. Alright, so mga parts, without further ado, let us all welcome Manang Sam Soriano.
Thank you. Thank you.
Afternoon, Manang.
Good afternoon, Ken. Good afternoon, Brent.
Yan, battery.
Good afternoon, pards, mga pards.
Kinakabahan si Manang Sam.
Uy, pero hindi ito ang first time niya ma-interview.
Oo nga, ilang beses nga naman kayo na-interview, no?
Tama.
Pero ngayon muna, punta naman natin ng deeper about Manang Sam, di ba?
Go ahead.
Talaga bang mahilig kayo sa numero?
Hindi mahilig, pero it's sabihin natin interesting. Yeah.
Oh! Ikaw ba, parents, gustong-gusto mo rin nung bata ka?
Depende sa teacher ko.
Ay, kung maganda. Oh.
Meron siyang simpler form na pagtuturo sa akin, mas naiintindihan ko. Pero pag hindi ko talaga maintindihan. Ganun.
Ay, ganun.
Oo.
Pero
When I was young kasi, sabi nila, with other things, you can find other ways or maraming answers to several questions. But when it comes to math, isa lang ang tamang sagot.
Ay, sagot.
So, parang yun yung, okay, I'll stick with this.
Ay, isang mathematics garo.
Yeah.
Pero iba yung mathematics ng accountancy sa,
It is, yeah.
sa
Iba yun.
mathematics ng kwan niya.
Oo nga, sino
correct.
kumuyog sa inyo para kumuyog talaga para mag-enroll ng accountancy?
Accountancy. Growing up, parang you would always hear adults and parents and grandparents saying na, oh, you should be a doctor, you should be a nurse. Kasi parang during those times, parang yun lang yung career na you will be successful, na mataas ka.
Maraming pera dito,
Anyway,
ganun.
pero ako kasi matatakotin ako sa blood, matatakotin ako sa needles, sa blades. So, parang at a young age, alam ko na hindi yon ang career for me.
Oh.
So, sabi ng mami ko, okay, kung hindi ka pwede doon, siguro magiging successful ka as a CPA lawyer, sabi niya. So, yun yung ano ko, I went into accountancy na hindi ko alam kung ano yung nandun. Kung ano yung gagawin doon. Basta alam ko na I'm good at math, na yung accountancy is related to business.
Yes.
Parang yun. And yun na.
Makakaya ko to kasi nga meron kang background. Ay, hindi naman sa background, pero ang
Yeah.
favorite mo is, or yung interest mo is
Yeah,
mathematics.
so the funny thing was I survived yung first and second year of accountancy na parang it was it was easy kasi I'm okay with math, I'm okay with English. So parang hindi ako nahirapan. It was only when I was in third year kasi yun yung time na magpo-focus ka talaga sa parang major. So doon ko na-realize na okay, I really have to take this seriously.
Was there a time that you like to shift?
Yeah, kasi na-realize ko, parang back then kasi ang gusto ko maging teacher. Parang yun yung and my mom said, pag daw nag-accountancy ako, pwede akong magturo and then I can support myself sa law studies. So, okay, yun yung nasa mind ko. Pero when nung nasa higher level na ako, parang na-realize ko, hindi pala siya hindi siya that interesting. Parang boring na siya, mahirap na siya. So, I was thinking, okay, mag-shift kaya ako sa education. Kaya lang nakastick sa mind ko na, never mind, kahit hindi ako magtapos ng education, I can still be a teacher after I graduate. But it did not happen, so.
yung accountancy ba, it's 5 years, right?
During our time, it's 4 years.
Ngayon lang naging 5.
After kami umalis.
Pero yung 5 years na yun, after mo nung 4 years at that may isang degree nga napas mo.
Yes, but you're not still considered as a accountant.
Yes.
I think, kasi before kasi parang generalist ka na, okay, you can finish BS accountancy and then pag nag-take ka ng board and then you will be a CPA. Right now, madami na siyang merong financial management accountant, merong,
may mga
and then,
major
and then,
Specified.
pwedeng hindi ka CPA but you can be a CMA or you can be a CFA, mga ganun. So, madami na siya.
Madaming branches.
Yeah, or you can also be like yung isang kinuha ko na certification, it's Certified Internal Auditor. So, you will still be an
Hindi
auditor.
parang nung kinuha mo yun, parang ilang years mo din siya tinik? 1 year?
Yung alin?
Yung internal audit?
Yung certificate.
No, I just had to review for exam. Oo, tapos mag-exam ka, parang parang CPA.
Wow, lang naman.
Kumusta na ng board exam ng accountancy, madam?
Kumusta ngayon?
I mean, nung time niyo.
Nung time namin, pasaway kasi ako kaya hindi ko masabi kung okay lang naman. Actually, gusto ko mag-take ulit. Sana. Pero I know, siguro kailangan ko munang mag-review kasi it's different from how it was before. So.
Ayun. So, what were naman the siyempre after mo ng accountancy, you've already worked in it?
Yeah, after I tried working here in Baguio kasi thinking na it will work na and I can go to law school, pero unfortunately that wasn't siguro hindi yun ang line ko. So I started working sa private and then NGO and then I went into full-time study sa College of Law, but I did not finish that kasi nag-call ng work sa Philippine Red Cross. So at ayaw ko pang nun. I was in my 4th year sa College of Law. And I know I'm not prepared to take the bar. Kasi yun na yung kasunod eh. Pag graduate ka, lahat ng tao nakatingin sa'yo na magbabar ka. But I don't think I was ready. So, I left. And then, sabi ko, I'll give myself 6 months sa Manila. Kasi gusto ko yung work. Kasi may travel component siya. So, I'll work and then I'll come back.
Like travel component.
Hindi na nangyari. So, yeah. I finished my law in Manila pero I didn't take the bar anymore. So,
ayaw niyo nang
parang
or
I don't know. It's still up there pero I don't know.
Dahil dyan, maglulo na rin tayo.
Yeah, why not?
Hindi joke lang.
Why not?
So what were the greatest struggles na na-face nyo in your entire career?
In my entire career, kung sa work, I've been blessed na it was easy to get a job. Pero siguro yung how to prove yourself, na yung ipoprove mo na you're still relevant.
That happened during, or which kind of workplace?
Sa current job ko. It's not really a challenge, but it's like a day-to-day thing na Kasi when you are younger, parang they see the potential in you, they see the drive, but as years go by, may bago na papasok. So, I mean, it's like, andun din yung, okay, how will I keep myself competitive? Parang ganun.
Or
Yun
potential pa rin hanggang ngayon.
Yeah, yung para bang hindi mawawala yung ano nila sa'yo, something like that.
So, lagi ka palang upgraded, no? Pagka nun.
Not really. It's as I said, it's a constant thing na dapat lang, okay, I should be, I mean, it can't happen that you are competitive in all things, just like IT, na unfortunately is my weak point. Pero it's a thing that you have to, constantly struggle to improve yourself on, na maging well-versed ka in all aspects. Yes.
Oo nga naman eh.
I think I have to agree.
In the
Diba?
real world naman talaga
Diba?
kasi
Parang,
hindi pwedeng yung, kunwari sa aming mga teachers naman,
Yeah.
hindi lang naman basta magturo lang.
Oh, yeah.
You really have to be tech-savvy na rin.
Yeah.
No?
And then, di ba, with you, dati, as long as you have your lesson plan, you have your, you're well-versed with the topic, pero ngayon, you have to immerse yourselves in IT na din. Kasi,
Oo.
di ba?
Advancement na technology.
Correct.
Embracing na tayo.
Correct.
Parang bagong mundo.
Yes.
Ay,
Embracing
yeah.
the future pa. Yes. Oh, bakit parts?
Ito naman.
Hindi, ito naman, syempre yun yung sa career mo. Ito naman, meron kaming nachismisan. Joke
Hindi
lang.
lang chismis.
Narinig, parang gusto lang namin ulit, kung okay lang sa'yo na ma-share na naman, na narinig and napanood din natin yung testimonials na about yung isang dumating na dagok naman sa buhay ni Manang Sam.
Okay.
Yes. That was the...
2009.
Yeah, so in 2009, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was still considered early at that time. And for 2 years, I kept myself, I tried to keep myself healthy, and and I was living in constant fear that the cancer will come back. So
for 2 years.
yeah, kasi sa cancer language kasi yung first 2 years are crucial years after your diagnosis. Kasi if it comes back within the first 2 years, that means the cancer is
Severe.
aggressive or hindi niya nakaya yung gamutan. So and at that time, yung sinabi sa akin ng doctor ko is I am high risk kasi I am still young. So, the hormones that are influencing or yung hormones na partly nag-cause or has a great effect dun sa cancer, they're still active kasi nga young ako. So, ang sabi niya, high risk ka, and then you got diagnosed at a young age. So, parang all odds are against me at that time. So, yung parang doon nga sa 2 years andun nga yung sinasabi ko na, okay, I'm always at fear na, okay, every 3 months na magte-test ako, it's like, okay, what will come out from the test?
Grabe
So, ganun yun. And then, true enough, after 2 years, nung time na when I did my annual, kasi may quarterly and then my annual test. And then, when I did my annual test, na supposedly yun yung pinakaantay ko yun. Kasi parang if it's clear, then I'm safer. Parang yun yung sa akin. So, been waiting for that time. Tapos nung kinuha ko yung pinaka-last test, the rest of the tests were okay. Kasi madami yun eh.
Yes.
Nung kinuha ko yung pinaka-last test, may nakita ulit na no jokes dun sa test. So, ang word na nandun is, something like, I forgot the exact term, but there's a word na probable metastasis, sabi niya. And when they say metastasis, nag-spread siya. Kasi that test was
Spread na.
sa bones kasi yon. Sa bones at saka lungs, yung pinaka-last test na yon. So, okay, nung na-receive ko yun, when I saw that, hindi ko pa nadadala sa doctor, but when I got those tests, sabi ko, okay, I might as well count 3 to 6 months.
Ay, grabe.
Yun na lang yung
Yun na yung...
naiwan na time ko to do things. So I started, nasa hospital pala ako, nagpa-plan na ako. Ano yung gagawin ko
Within that span.
within, let's say, 3 months. If I'm lucky, I'll be given 6 months. Parang ganun yung ano. Fortunately, very early yung stage, and then yung binigay ng doctor ko na gamot, it wiped out yung ano.
Oh.
So,
Praise God.
because they were very small, hindi ma-test through, normally kasi iba-biopsy yan to confirm kung talagang may cancer. But because they're very small, hindi pwedeng magawa yon. Pero sabi niya, we couldn't afford to wait. So if you want, we will be proactive about it. So I did it naman, ganun yung ginawa namin. I went into medication. Pero that was easier kasi I chose, there's an oral chemotherapy.
Ay, meron.
So,
Paano yun kapag oral chemo?
oo, tablet siya. So like in a day, I'm taking 13 tablets.
Aray.
Malalaki yun.
Grabe.
But I like that kasi it allowed me to continue doing travels. Kasi kasi pag yung IV, the conventional chemotherapy, that requires me to come back to Baguio every 21 days. Tapos ma-IV up. But with the oral chemotherapy, it's the same thing na every 3 weeks siya, but it's tablets.
So you can just take it with you.
So at that time, I was assigned in Cambodia, in Indonesia, and we were traveling to rural places, pero I can still take the medicine.
And no one knows that you are
No one knew na ganon.
You're so strong.
Yeah, and then yun nga, after that, na-wipe out naman siya. So I was good. And ang next na inantay namin is 5 years. Kasi pag naman 5 years na wala pang recurrence, you are nawalang, they call it NED, no evidence of disease. Kasi you're,
5 years
yeah, it's, you can really not say, yung iba ginagamit nila cancer-free, but you can't really say cancer-free. So because it stays, So yun lang. So,
pero, what we wanted to know, pati na rin sa ating mga manonood, siyempre, agsasabali nga ti signs and symptoms for every patient. So, kanyayo man ng what were the first signs nga nariknayo siguro napansin niyo?
For me was the bukol. So, kasi before that, parang 3 years before yung diagnosis na yon, you know, I'm reading yung binibigay ng Department of Health na yung there's this awareness campaigns na nasa brochure. So I'm looking at those ones. So I was 23 then, and parang ina-apply ko yung out of curiosity lang ba, ina-apply ko yung nasa brochure. I was still working in Baguio then. Tapos nung oh my God, bakit parang may ganito, hindi nawawala yung bukol and it's constant. So,
masakit din.
No, at that time hindi. Kasi it's not, pag masakit kasi, there can be other reasons. Mas matakot ka kung wala siyang pain, and then hindi siya nagmo-move, parang steady lang siya. Mas matakot ka doon. Yeah.
Mga parts natin, ha?
Yeah. So, at that time, so, I went to the doctor, and then sabi naman ng doctor na, no, it's not cancerous. So, binigyan lang ako ng supplement. So, but that was 3 years before not even. I think it was even 5 years before nung na-diagnose na ako. So, I thought that I was okay. So, nung 2009, when I was diagnosed, I had the tests done sa Manila muna.
So, dito na hindi mo chine-check kung may symptoms ka.
Yeah, so I had it done in Manila. And then my thinking was, nung sinabi nila na you have to do biopsy kasi this is suspicious of something. Ang sabi ko din, I tried another doctor sa Manila pa din. Ganun ulit yung sabi. So sabi ko, I might as well go back to Baguio kasi sa Baguio clear ako before. Kasi baka doon naman makiklear ako ngayon. So yeah, I will go back to the doctor na nag-clear sa akin before. So that's what I did. Unfortunately, when I went back to the doctor, sabi niya, looks like it's suspicious. Tapos sabi niya, we will do this procedure. Eh nung sinabi niya yung procedure, sabi ko, okay, ang ano ko nun, kasi in my mind, I was so positive na hindi siya. So, sabi ko, ang option kasi is, ipakuha mo yung mass and then they will do biopsy. But you have to wait for 2 weeks for the result.
That would be a minor operation?
Oo, sana. The other option was, yung sinuggest ng doctor ko is, we will take sample, you will stay in the operating room, and then if it's positive, we will take the entire breast out. Sabi niya.
Agad-agad?
Oo. Ako naman, umoo ako kasi my thinking was para matapos na nang makabalik na ako sa Manila for work. So, nagulat na lang ako nung paggising ko, oh my God, looks like, ba't parang ang tagal kong nakatulog. Tapos, naggaganon na ako, nagkakapa na ako. Sabi ko, mukhang wala yung isa. Pero baka hindi. Baka nag-groggy lang ako.
Dahil sa anesthesia.
Oo, but yeah, I just realized na wala na nga siya.
Ala, grabe.
Yeah, ganun. And then when I went to my room, ba't pinalitan nila yung bed sheets? Hindi na hospital bed sheet. And then, ang dami nila sa kwarto ko. Not just my family, yung extended family, they're all there. Hanggang sa labas ng room, they were all waiting. Parang sabi ko, I think buhay pa ako. Kasi yung last memory ko of that thing happening was yung tita ko na namatay. So I was thinking, parang bumalik yung sabi ko, pero naggaganon ako, I think buhay pa ako. So, yeah.
Grabe ah.
Uy, pero kwan din, di ba Manang, sa mga lalaki din, they can have breast cancer.
Yeah.
Kaya it's nice din to check every time.
May kasama kami before dito naman sa breast cancer group sa Baguio. I think he was even a military guy. Unfortunately, he died. So, yeah, pero kasabay ko pa siya sa chemo session niya sa SLU one time.
So, after nung operation niyo Manang, how were you feeling during that time na?
Wala. I mean, kasi yun it's stage of denial.
I see.
So, even when I realized na wala na siya, natanggal na siya, I was still thinking na, okay, maybe they will find out na hindi pa rin. Or, I hope I won't have to do chemotherapy. Yun lang yung nasa mind ko. So, when we got yung result and it's saying stage 2A, sabi nila early. And then, wala namang spread. Parang confined lang yung cancer dun sa mass na kinuha nila. So, I was hoping na hindi ako magki-chemotherapy. Unfortunately, when I discussed with the oncologist, sabi niya, because of your risks, your circumstances, you have to go through chemotherapy.
So going through chemotherapy, parang na-limit niya din yung mga dapat sana gagawin mo, di ba?
Yes, yeah. Actually, in every cancer treatment, yun yata yung pinakamahirap. It's not even the surgery, but it's the chemotherapy kasi yung effects niya sa katawan.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it also kills the normal cells in the
Yes,
body.
yes, oo.
That's the
It keeps
dangerous
you
part.
weak, ganon.
Coping up, aside from J, anyang the other ways pa nga inaramid you to cope up with it?
I stayed positive.
Yun nga Aura pa lang ni Wanda, napaka-positibo talaga.
And the one thing that kept me going on is my job. Kasi at the time, gustong-gusto ko I love my job very much. Na always ang focus ko is, okay, I should not stay too long kasi I have to go back to my job.
Yeah, I have
Parang
more
laging
things to do.
So,
Natatambakan ako.
yeah, so what happened was, since Intuyak Baguio ang aking chemo, I shuttled, even when I was having chemo.
Ay, wow.
Oo,
Because
so,
you're located in Manila.
yeah, my work is in Manila, tapos dito yung ko. So,
grabe.
what I do
Balikan
is,
pa yan.
yeah, so, the night before my chemo session, I will come home. I'll take the midnight trip. Pagdating ko dito, I'll go straight to the hospital. Mako-confine ako. I'll have my chemo. And then I'll go home to our place.
Nag-rest ba
Tapos, magre-rest ako and you have to go through the side effects ngayon. That will not happen at once kasi the side effects will be like 2 or 3 days after yung chemo mo. So, those are the bad days. So, mga yon, especially during the first session, mga 4 to 5 days yon. So, talagang bad, as in, hindi mo maintindihan kung ano yung nararamdaman mo kasi even if you want to eat, it's just so difficult and you're feeling nauseous. Kahit kahit mo bumangon, but it's just so difficult. So, nagsakit sa likod mo nga nakaidda, but you can't just get up. So, ganon. And then, after 5 days, I feel better. So, prepare na naman ako to go back to Manila. So, ganon. So,
for Manang teamwork ka na na stress.
Yeah.
For others, stress.
So, the funny thing was, after kami nga na-diagnose, sana kayo nga na-kontento dito. I was actually looking into more natural ways of natural treatment. Kasi initially, I didn't want to go through chemotherapy. So, I checked several doctors in Manila. That includes Nako, all kinds of doctors. Yung lahat ng recommended na natural medicine doctors. I even went to one na parang witch. Yung ano, but I mean, she was well recommended as a naturopathic, something like that. I forgot the exact term.
Aware.
But ano, and then I went to doctors who told me na, okay, you should stop working, you go home to the province where you have fresh air, where you have ganon.
I know your answer.
Yeah.
No.
Pero my thinking was, if I do that, I will be depressed.
Wait,
Yeah,
mas
So I just said no, I have to continue working. So that's what
Yes.
happened.
And then you're happy kasi with your work din.
Yeah, and then our office was very kind. They allowed me to, come when you can, or
Ayun.
yeah. And then when I said I'll continue working, and then they said okay. Pero yung office payment cut, they gave me the light stuff, and then they did not give me deadlines. Basta I just keep doing what I can. So yun.
Magandang support din.
Yeah,
Sa mga
yeah,
tao sa
yeah.
paligid ni Mana.
Grabe
So
But during that time, you can still work from home na, no? Or hindi, parang...
at that time kasi awanti work from home nga option
ay,
It's
oo.
more
Ngayon lang.
yeah, I think the work from home option came
Pandemic.
dito yung pandemic.
So nga Manang, tatta ko mga panahon na ito, NED ba? Tiawag mo dyan, kanyamon?
Yeah, NED. No evidence of disease.
Ayun. That's why you look healthy and fresh.
Yeah.
many
And back
years
to
na?
my
How many years now of being
so
declared
that was
NED?
2009. So and then I had the suspected recurrence in 2011.
Suspected lang naman.
Oo, kasi nga it was not really proven. Although may isang specialist nga kinonsult ko in Manila when I asked that question na how can you say it's really cancer when we were not able to test it.
Exactly.
Kat ko na nga the fact that it reacted to the drug and it was gone.
That's enough evidence.
Awan, so ko na.
Kaya suspected ko na talaga.
Awan, so nga it's yeah. But if you ask my doctor here in Baguio, she would say you're stage cancer. You're stage 4.
No, dito yung Baguio.
Yeah.
Ganun?
Yeah, yun yung sa kanya kasi that's how she, and I couldn't blame her too kasi garon tikwada na once it's outside of the breast, yung nodules in 2011 were found in my lungs and in my ribs. So kasi parang small na ano. So for her it's already stage 4. Yeah.
Wow. Yun, grabe. Thank you naman Manang for sharing. I think that is one way of educating naman our viewers again with the personal experience na dahil to cancer. And there are many now.
And it's a good thing na you belong with other groups naman, no? Sharing awareness about breast cancer.
Yes. We find it na I think that's the thing that can help, or that's the way we can help other people who are probably in, along that way then. Especially we are advocating early breast cancer detection. Kasi when it comes to
Like,
cancer,
When we say early, what age pwedeng i-check mo na?
let's say na sana ma-detect siya at stage 1 or stage 2. Kasi habang earlier siya ma-detect, it's yung chances me to be healed of it or to be cured is higher.
Ay, kapag at the younger,
At earlier stage.
earlier stage.
Yeah, kasi habang kaya pa siya ng treatment. Kasi once the cancer metastasized, medyo mahirap na. Yeah, and lalo na pag ang na-target is yung main organs like the liver, the lungs,
Bones.
or the bones. Yeah.
It's difficult na rin. Nalipat ako din tawag ko man. Sorry mga parts.
Yes. Ito kasi gusto ko rin tanongin kung anong age mo dapat maging conscious ka to check. Like 18 years old or ito pa
I
dapat
would
mag-start
say,
at the age of 11.
Kasi in the earlier, the advised the Department of Health and even WHO, their advice actually is to start doing the
Exam.
Breast.
breast self-examination. Thank you for being out the word. Starting at 40. the IT advanced the IT advised the before.
Yes.
But I was diagnosed at 29.
Oh.
And
Fine mo lang.
yeah, and then there were even here in Baguio kat adap IT diagnosed at 23, and I think there's even younger than that. Because I think if I remember my doctor was telling us na parang teen. There was yeah, so I would say as long as you got the information, I would say do the breast self-examination. There's no harm in doing it earlier anyway. Kasi if it can save you, di ba?
Oh.
Tsaka kwan nga hindi mo nga for women kasi it's the most of hormones like.
Awan,
You
yeah,
cannot
it's a hormone-driven
easily-
disease, yeah.
So women piman nadaktakal percentage.
When
Yes.
it's higher and
But men,
Pwede
yeah,
din
it can
tayo
happen, yeah, sa men din.
Ay, diba? Pero healthy living is a good thing.
Ay, naman part.
And positivity. Oh, di ba?
Yeah, I would say pass it, yeah.
So hanggang ngayon, ay strict ka pa rin sa diet mo.
Not really very strict, pero siguro more conscious lang and yeah, no. Sometimes hindi mo naman masasabing strict all the time, but you should know your limits. And when before ko sige, you would eat cakes and all the sweets that you like. Siguro now ko okay, if you tasted it, if you had a slice of it, maybe
That's enough.
enough for now, something ganun.
You should know your limits.
Tama yan. You should know your limits.
Although ako, when it comes to other, baka sabihin nila, know your limits, tapos ang laki ng katawan.
Hindi naman.
No, ako actually, yeah, but I stopped eating red meat. Although that was even before I was diagnosed. Hindi na ako nag-red meat. But I can just imagine kung hindi ako nag-stop, maybe, I don't know. Because it's one of the,
factors.
yeah, na the foods that you should avoid, something like that.
Ayan, kaya bantayan natin. Mag-asin na lang tayo ng... I mean, if you're cooking, adi could make use of salt and pepper. Ganun.
Yeah.
Ganun na. Wala na kung ano-anong halo.
Oh. Hindi sila sponsor kaya. Joke lang naman.
Joke lang talaga.
So, maraming salamat Manang Sam for sharing your experience to that. And of course din sharing yung work mo. Yeah, and then of course yung natapos mo na accountancy, right? So we would like to know naman when it comes to health advices to our viewers, our parents.
Yeah, here in the Cordilleras, that we're big eaters of red meat. Pork, wat-wat, pinigpikan. Chicken is okay. Kaya lang kasi if we always take the broiler and the cull broiler na laging treated with antibiotics and hormones, they're given hormones.
Right.
So I think yun yung risk part of it.
Oh.
And the more that we can eat natural foods, marami naman dito sa atin, it's not a problem. So I think we should go with that. As much as we can, we avoid sugar. Kasi it's not just for cancer, but for several other diseases.
Oo naman.
Yeah, so
Direct. Sugar
yeah.
ka.
Ay.
Go ahead, man.
Yun. And siguro rin, yung air na kasi I remember my doctor was telling me that when it comes to food daw, at least meron pang liver na dadaanan or mag-filter.
That's right.
And there is also, function ng kidney? It's also,
filtered in.
filtered in. But when it comes to air, pag in-inhale mo yan, it goes straight to your So, yeah, that's why, di ba, yung iba, sabi nila, when you have cancer, you move to
Fresh.
yeah, like go to the
environment.
province. Mga ganon. So, yeah, it's one of those things to consider, really. Although in my case nga, kasi di ba, I still kept my job in Manila, so.
And to keep your sanity kasi.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's one of those things that you have to weigh down to. And above all, stay positive. And keep the faith.
That's right. Okay. So, thank you very much again for the message manang namin. And then, gusto ko kasing maglaro din.
Oh, naman. Antay ko si Parts na sabihin niyo.
Gusto ko rin sana magpag-rate, pero hindi ka din. Joke.
Yan na lang
Sige.
nasabi ko eh.
Mm.
Charot. Okay, anyway, we'll go to the 5 words.
Okay.
Ready ka naman, Sam?
Okay, ready.
Okay, here we go with the first word, syringe.
Syringe treatment.
Okay.
Next one is numbers.
Numbers. Business.
Okay.
Third word,
Third.
Band-Aid.
Band-aid, pain.
Okay.
Or injury, let's say injury.
Okay.
And then fourth word naman natin is management.
Management. I would say management, still business.
Ayun, business.
I mean, I don't mean business na commercial business. It could be official, you know. I mean all sorts.
All sorts of business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Businesses. Okay. And then, finally, Taraki.
Taraki is being your true self. Siguro.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ngayon ko lang din narinig yung Parts.
Ako din, being your true self. That's being Taraki.
Ay.
Oo nga, no? Hindi mo naman ma-quantify.
True to yourself is the right word yata. Hindi true self. Being true to yourself, yeah.
Oh.
Being authentic always.
Exactly. Ayun naman, that has been our 5 words, mga parts namin. And I hope, I really enjoyed the conversation, learning
Thank
much
you,
about
Ben.
that.
Yes, and spreading awareness din, no? Lalo na sa mga youngsters pa dyan, lalo na rin sa mga in denials.
Kaya stay healthy, do not wait nga that mariknam.
Yeah.
Kahit basa po, ay saka agpat pa check up.
Yeah, and may I say
Go ahead.
one thing more? Yeah. When you think that you have the symptoms, don't be afraid. Go have yourself checked at once. Kasi the more na you delay it, the more na you're putting yourself at risk of not getting the proper treatment.
Exactly.
Ayun.
Proper treatment yun, ha?
Yeah, kasi pag, di ba, yun nga, pag nag-spread na siya, di mas mahirap, kahit yung doctor mo, it will be difficult for her to manage. And then pag nag-spread, di mo na alam kung saang part ng body napunta.
Oo naman.
So,
Mas
yeah.
mahirap na naman yung gamutan.
Yes.
Diba? Ayan. So, Manang,
Pag-plug na rin pala.
your kwan naman, events?
May
or-
mga events.
No, I don't have an upcoming event, but for those who are interested about early detection or breast cancer awareness, I suggest you check the I Can Serve Foundation. Check them on Facebook or on their website. And if ever you think that or you suspect that you might have it or you're having some issues with your breast, maybe like you detected like bukol or what, you can always reach out to us. There is also a cancer group here in Baguio.
Where exactly?
There's not a physical office, but there are people that you can get to, yeah. And there's a group that meets pero irregular kasi yung meeting. So, yeah.
Ayan, mga parts ha. And I hope na nagkaroon din kayo ng inspiration galing sa kanyang life testimony din, mga parts.
Exactly. Ayan. So, without kwanda, we will say goodbye na. And for more information,
Bye.
just go ahead and contact them, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And thank you once again. Saglit lang yung kuti ko. Okay.
Medyo lumulutang ang aking...
Hindi, madaling nagtutos. Ano ba itong phone na to? Anyway, maraming salamat po ulit sa inyong mga parts. Palagi po kayong tumutok. Parati po kayong mag-like, mag-comment, and mag-share ng ating page. Ayan, Taraki TV. At sa susunod po na episode, abangan po natin ulit kasi panibagong istorya na naman ang inyong mapapanood at mapapakinggan. Di ba, parts?
Tama. Sabi nga nila, all walks of life tayo.
Yes. Ayan, at maraming salamat din sa aming mga sponsors. EM Avila Law Office, located at Bukanan Street, Baguio City. St. Joseph Driving School, located at 2nd floor, Portabaga Mall. And Richard Kilaan Law Office located at Wangal Motor Pool.
Ayun. Sana sa susunod makarinig ako ng 10.
Yung mahihirapan ba ako magbigkas?
Ganun.
Politicians.
Aray!
Politicians, di ba?
Hi po.
And then, joke lang.
Ayan po, this has been Ken.
And your part, Stigo for
Taraki Talks. Bye
See you.
guys.
Bye.